Shalom, Kohalayim Lah, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi Ba'Hashem Rachak Shalom Lahabakaryim, Akim Wa Akiwath, Shalom Ahab Wa Bawarakim. That is to say, from the Paleo Hebrew to the English, peace, all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, who the world calls God, whose name means He is or He exists. Ba'Hashem means in the name. Yahawashi is the name of the Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, whose name means He deliverer, He salvation. Ba'Hashem Rachak means in the name Holy Spirit, which is the spirit of truth that we've been blessed with in order to put forth the truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Peace to the election, brothers and sisters. All right, those of you of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, nearby and scattered abroad to the other nations that look like the other nations, peace, love, and blessings. All right, shalom, mahabwa, ba'arakim. I'm Chaya, back with another Hebrew video through the spirit and the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is a request concerning formulating sentences, which, as I do make known on my channel, you know what I'm saying, we all still learn this, so I'm gonna do the best I can. But one thing to keep in mind when putting sentences together in the Paleo Hebrew, for those of you who have the complete ancient Hebrew workbook, one thing you want to keep in mind, I should say in general, not just dealing with that book, is that a lot of these words have synonyms, right? So, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But first and foremost, for those of you new to the channel, I say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi Brakatham, which is the Father in the name of the Son. He is in the name of He delivers. Bless you, or bless you all. This is the Paleo Hebrew, the red characters above the black, and it's read and written from right to left, not left to right. All right. Once again, it's read and written from right to left, not left to right. So this is a request from a sister. All right, she was asking how to formulate sentences, and she used the example of asking what time it is in the Paleo Hebrew. So I wanted to go over that particularly, right? And Lord's willing, this could be my my next obligation. Who knows? But still gonna be writing prayers, still gonna be going into still going to be going into the scriptures, breaking things down in the Paleo Hebrew upon request, or just, whenever I come across it and things of that nature, and I find it interesting. But in anyways, so the sister asked about, formulating sentences in the Paleo Hebrew and got confused because of the word time in a particular sentence, right? So let me all show you what it is. So this is the complete ancient Hebrew workbook, all right? And this is going to be on page 105. All right? So on page 105, one of the subtitles is telling time, right? So what time is it? All right, that's the first sentence. What time is it? All right, in the Hebrew, it would be ma hashai. All right, ma hashai. Ma hashai. All right? And as you can see it right here, written in the Paleo Hebrew or the Phoenician, you got the ma, the ha, the sha, the I, and the ha. Ma sha'ai. Ma sha'ai. All right? So what time is it? Ma hasha'ai. Ma hasha'ai. All right? Now, what she said was she was confused about the word time, right? Because the word time would translate, or as we thought would translate to sha'ai, right? So now I'll look for this word time first and foremost. I did look for the word time, right? When you look for the word time, the word there, let me see. Where are you? So the word for time on page 36, this is also what she pointed out. The word time is pa'aim. Okay, the word time is pa'aim. All right, now I'm going to come back to this word time in a little bit because it goes back to what I was mentioning earlier, that some of these words have synonyms, right? So just like the word world in the New Testament of the Bible, the word world has three different definitions. Okay, it's talking about three different worlds in all throughout the New Testament, and sometimes the word time, in other words, it's the same concept, right? So it might use the word time, but it'll have like a you know an alternate definition or a synonym. Okay, so the word time is not used in page 105. Okay, because this is time on page 36 is not what's shown here. Okay, so now we have to think about what context is the word time being used in? Because we as people, we ask ourselves, or others every day, what time is it? What time is it? But the time that we're asking about is the hour. Okay, what hour of the day is it? All right, so that's we have to think about, the general sense of thing. What hour of the day is it? Okay, so once I started thinking about that, I'm like, okay, since the word time is not what it's supposed to be on, or the time is not the same on page 36, what time could this possibly be talking about? Because there's different types of time in the Bible. So I went on Google and I looked up, and I'll show you at the end of the video. Well, toward the end of the video, I looked up what different types of time is used in the scriptures. Okay, and none of them showed up to be Sha'ai, right? So now I said, okay, let me look for the word Sha'ai. And what you'll find on page 18, because like I said, when we ask for the time, we're asking about what hour of the day it is, okay? So when you go to page 19, all right, page 19, right? The more appropriate way to ask for the time is to ask for the hour, because here it is, Sha'ai. Now, here we have Sha'ai right here, right? Here we have Sha'ai right here on page 19. And we also have Sha'ai right here on page 105. So instead of asking what time is it, it would be more appropriate to ask what hour is it. Okay, and that's what the sentence is actually saying. What hour is it? So ma meaning what, and then ha Sha'ai, ha meaning the, and then Sha'ai meaning hour. All right, so even though an hour is an indication of time, okay, the more appropriate way to say this is what hour is it, because that's what we're asking for. We're asking for what hour it is. Okay, so once again on page 19, hour, the word hour is Sha'ai, and this word Sha'ai is the same exact word that's being used right here on page 105, Sha'ai. All right, so instead of what time is it, it would be more appropriate to say what's the hour, or what hour is it? Okay, what is the hour? All right, so ma ha Sha'ai, ma ha sha, ha sha I. All right, ma ha Sha'ai, ma ha shai. All right, so like I said, an hour is a type of time, but it's more appropriate to just ask for the hour. Like, what hour is it? And this whole page is telling you, this whole page is giving you different types of time as well too. All right, let me show you that as well. Okay, so, and these right here are just examples of how you will respond. Okay, like it's 2 o'clock, ha sha'ir, Haya'ah Shanya. Okay, so Hasha'ir, which this is also a variation of hour. So the hour, to be, if I'm not mistaken, Haya'ah is to be, Shanya, 2. The hour is to be 2. Okay, or the hour to be is 2. Okay, and you have other responses. You got the different types of time, like you got morning, midday, afternoon, evening, night, midday, yesterday, today, day, days. All right, so also day, okay, day is a type of time as well. Okay, sometimes the scriptures use the word yawam as time as well. Okay, so These are things that you just have to pay attention to. These are things that you just got to look up. Okay, sometimes the scriptures use the word time as the Hebrew word for day. Okay, and that's just because it represents a type of time. Okay, like the word hour, it represents a type of time, but it would be more appropriate to just ask for the hour. Okay, so you also have month or months. Okay, year or years. All right, so hopefully that clears things up. For the sister or anybody, that's watching the videos and that might have been confused and things of that nature. Sometimes you just have to look. Sometimes you just have to look for synonyms and just understand that some of these words they do have alternating, definitions and things of that nature. So just keep a lookout for it and think about the context in which a question is asked or a sentence is said. Okay, because sometimes there might be a whole totally different word, but Okay, so I typed in Google how many different words for time in the Old Testament, right? Particularly the Old Testament. So, because if you type in how many different words for time in the Bible, the Greek, the Aramaic, and everything is going to pop up. But I just wanted, the how many uses does the word time have in the Old Testament, right? Per the sister's question. So it says the Old Testament uses several Hebrew words that translate to time. All right, so this is what I was saying a little bit earlier. The Old Testament uses several Hebrew words that translate to time or relate to different aspects of time, including duration, seasons, appointed times, and periods. All right, so here's some examples. So all of these are examples right here, right? So at the top you have Ith, all right? Ith. You have Ith at the top. Okay, it says a general term for time or season. All right. Or if I'm not mistaken, Aita. Okay, you also have Mawa'id. Yeah, Mawa'id. Mawa'id. All right. Mawa'id, it says refers to an appointed time, a festival, or a season as well. Do you have Tazaman? Tazaman. It indicates a period of time, a season, or a specific point. Okay, so you see a lot of these are similar. A lot of these are similar, right? Because it talks about a season, which a season is, just a portion of time. All right, it's just something related to time, a portion of time, a fixed period. All right, so that's Tazaman. Then you have Yawam. This is also what I was talking about earlier. Yawam. All right. And when I looked it up on the Blue Letter, Yawam actually did come up as, one of the, definitions or one of the words that translated into time. Yawam. Most commonly known as day, but like Yom Kippur, which is Yawam Kippur. Yawam Kippur. Most commonly known as day, but can also refer to a period of time or a specific day in a sequence. Then you have Dawar. Dawar means generation and signifies a period of time associated with a specific group of people. You also have Qadam, often translated as of old or ancient times. So that's Qadam. All right, see, look, like I said, all of these are different variations. All of these words have translated to time in the from the Hebrew to the English. All right. You have Iwalam. Iwalam. It says can signify forever, eternity, or the world. Also translates to young because this is the name of This could also be used as the name of Elam. All right, Elam, the so-called East Indians. Iwalam. All right, so it can also mean young. Also, you have Ilama, which means young woman. Okay, and those are essentially interchangeable. All right. So it says forever, eternity, or the world, and relates to a long or indefinite period of time. You have ragai, a short period of time, a moment, or an instant. Okay. It says, in essence, the Hebrew language had a rich vocabulary to express different nuances of time, from specific points to vast periods, demonstrating the importance of time in the biblical narrative. Yeah, because the Bible deals with time. Like, Even though the scriptures was rolled up into one scroll, that doesn't mean all of these things happen, in an instant. Okay, there were periods of time to, when these things happen, which, you read about it. The Lord will give you, different time periods as to, or the prophets might have wrote down, well, did write down different, time periods of how long something lasted. Okay, so in any wise, Lord's willing, this is edifying. Shalom.